Good morning, Alta Realty Group agents. This is Kevin Lauren. I'm the Director of Training and Marketing here. Today we're going to be going through a roughly 30-step listing presentation or listing checklist. So obviously getting listings is the most important thing we can do as realtors if we want to control our income and control the market really. So as many listings we can get, the better. So when you get a listing, we got to make sure that we do this correctly. And I've got a nice little checklist that we can use to make sure that we're doing everything properly. So, and of course, remember agents that we do have a chat feature, so do not hesitate to ask questions as I go through this stuff. So without further ado, we're going to jump right into our listing checklist. So this is a checklist that I got from the Paperless Agent guys. They come up with a lot of really cool marketing materials, and so I'll make this checklist available to everybody. Just send me an email and I'll email it directly over to you. That's one of the great things about being on the webinars is you do get some of these kind of extra stuff. So Anna, Larissa, you guys are awesome. You guys are always here. Juan, welcome. So here we go. So the first thing to do is when you get a listing is to post that listing to blank, post it to social media. So, and really the best thing to do is with our agent marketing system, we do have virtual tours, we do have single property websites, all that kind of stuff. And so super important, very first thing to do is to post those to social media. And really the best thing to do is to create video and even just quick, super short iPhone videos, 30-second, just quick tour is not a bad idea, especially even before you launch this on the MLS to do kind of like a little showing of the listing. So very cool to do that and easy too. So, of course, with our agent marketing system, one sec, let me just pull this up. With our agent marketing system, we've got our properties and we've got our single page websites. So these are just super nice to be able to just click on this, highlight that, copy it, and paste it to your social media. That way people can see all the specs, they can go through it, payment information. These are all really cool single property websites. So easy to do, but super important. So that is really our biggest step one, is to get those posted to social media, create them. And as you all know, when you upload a property to the MLS, about 24 hours later, these single property websites will be populated for you, as well as all the other marketing materials. So, too easy makes it just super simple. Another, the big thing that I think I've always been touting is the use of professional photography. Now, of course, if it's a lower end price point, you're not going to spend several $100s to have somebody come out and do professional photography. That I understand. And for those lower price points, you can still get some really good photos with your iPhone. So I don't want to discourage anybody from that. But where possible, and I would say really about $450,000, $500,000 price point and up is just, you've got to use professional photography. It's not that expensive and really makes the difference. And remember, when you're spending that money for the photography, for the professional photography, you're not just spending that money in order to sell that particular listing. You're also going to be able to use that and use those great images in your other marketing and to get more listings. So it's really a snowball. And so using professional photography, getting used to that, putting that into the budget, really important. And I know a lot of you guys do that, but for those that are not doing that, I really hope that you start doing that. So once you get that created, you do want to also start to use professional copywriting techniques to show people that you are kind of an up and up kind of a realtor. Okay, so you want to use basic human desire triggers, right? money and a better job, security in old age, popularity, praise from another. These are just kind of human desires. So utilize these ideas in your copy when you're writing stuff about that property. So an example below is, close to downtown restaurant and shops. That's something that, typically you would put in a listing. However, way better to say it's 14 miles from downtown restaurants and shops, or something very, very specific. 14 miles, that doesn't sound very close, but I don't know where these people are living. But anyway, a good idea, or actually it says 1.4 miles. That's much better. So, use specifics in your listings, not just we're close to the shops. Tell them exactly how close you are. 1.4 miles. Pretty cool. Also use power words. This is, something that I think a lot of agents actually do pretty well. So power words like announcing, discovery, guarantee, health, introducing, love. These are all really cool power words to use. And it's just a nice little reference guide here. So again, use appealing words, use power words, use things that are evoke emotion. Any questions there? Throw them in the chat. Then down below here, we've got number 5 on this list. There's actually 33 on their little list here, but it says post a blank map. Of course, post a property map. So again, on our agent marketing websites, we do have awesome property maps. Aerial view, street view. You can post those things as well, and you can post those individually to social media as well. Just notice that this has its own URL. So throughout the time that you're marketing this property, you may want to just post this property map or the aerial view, just different things. So not bad ideas at all. Share a blank interview. Share an interview with maybe the homeowner, maybe a neighbor. And again, in an interview, don't do anything that's more than 60 seconds. 30 seconds is great. They're just little blips, little reminders, and that's what social media is great for. People on social media, as we all know, we don't have a lot of attention span, so we want to get through this stuff. We're kind of scrolling through things, but if something that is eye-catching, we may stop and check it out. So a very short interview is something you might say, oh, that's cool, I might check that out. Share a digital flyer. Yes, we have great digital flyers that our agent marketing system comes with. And again, just share those to social media, share those anywhere you can. Also, you can email this information out to prospective buyers. So most of us have a few people that we might be working with. When we get a listing, obviously we're going to want to send those people that we're working with information about this new listing. Let's see. So property blank, I'm not sure what that means, but optimize your landing for SEO. That's, this is a good thing to do. It's not the end all be all. And what they mean by that is really the only kind of SEO that you would be able to get any kind of traction on would be the property address. So of course you want to have, the page title, you want to have the property address in that, page URL and file name. We're going to have the property address in that as well. That's just the way our agent marketing single property websites work. Photo alt tags, these are all good things to do. However, really, doing SEO, it sounds cool, and it's a good thing to tell your sellers that you're going to be doing that, because some of them may be interested in that, and they may want to, know that you're doing that kind of thing. But to be very honest, it's not going to be the thing that gets you traffic. People do not just go and search for that property address very often. If they do, unfortunately, we all know the story. Redfin, Trulia, all those are going to pop up much more before our little tiny little websites that we have. Trulia and Redfin, those websites are page rank 7s and 8s out of 9. So they're very, very difficult to compete against with respect to SEO. So we don't want to worry too much about SEO. Then, of course, send an email to the database. Yes, we take that link. We all have a CRM system with our agent marketing package, and so we can send that email. We can send that single property website link to our email database. Specifically, people that we know are looking for the properties, but even it's a good idea to send that out to your sphere of influence, people in your database, and just remind them that you are out there doing great stuff with real estate. Then run a blank campaign. Well, of course, we want to run a social media campaign. And so most of you already do this. You'll run a Facebook ad campaign. I know Aris Nunez does this consistently. A lot of you guys do this consistently when you do get a listing. And it's a great way to remind the community that this is now for sale. And it's even not a bad idea to target realtors in that blast. As we know, in our Facebook marketing, we can target specific groups. And so we can select that we want this to go out to realtors. So a good way to get this information out to other realtors, make sure that everybody knows that this new property is being listed. Run a just listed campaign. Well, that's pretty much the same thing. Hey, we just listed this property and check it out. Here's a link to the single property website. Very, very good idea. And then run a blank campaign. Well, it's probably a good idea to also run a video campaign. There are ways now to do marketing on YouTube. Pretty inexpensive. So doing a cheap run of a YouTube marketing campaign is also a really good idea. And of course, just any other social media marketing campaigns, LinkedIn, okay, but Instagram would probably be the better one. And then I would post this to Pinterest, especially when you spend money on professional photography. All realtors should have a nice Pinterest page where you post all of your great photos that you spent money on. And a good way for people to, check out what you're doing. Post on a Facebook group of realtors. All of you should be, part of some kind of a realtor group in your area. There's tons of Facebook groups for realtors, and you want to post that out to those realtors. Let them know you've got this new listing. Post it on the blank marketplace. Well, how about Craigslist? How about Backpage? And our agent marketing system, of course, allows us to do all those things. Let's just go ahead and check that out real quick. Remember, in our tools area, we have great ways to post things out to really all the different social medias. We've got our property links. So we can use these links, we can highlight these links, and we can put them anywhere we want. Really, really important to do. Backpage, now no longer can we post directly to Backpage, but that was a thing. For sharing, we know that we can go ahead and we can easily post our single property website to each of these social media outlets as well as Craigslist very, very simply with a click of a button. So that's how we do that with our agent marketing system. Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, video on YouTube, of course. Run ads on anywhere you want, but really Facebook and Instagram are the easiest and most cost effective. And of course, all kinds of metrics can be gained from running those ads. You can see how many people are viewing them. You can see how many people click them. Really, really good, useful information. And then you can also share that information with your sellers. Let them know what you're doing. Let them know what kind of engagement you're getting for the property. So really, really good use of the new digital tools. Then use mobile. Well, of course, when we do ads on Facebook, we always select mobile. We always make sure that these ads are going out to mobile because, as we know, and I think this is even a little bit more now, 56.7% of Facebook users only log in to mobile. Sounds about right. So we want to make sure that we always select mobile. Of course, listing it in the MLS, that's a very important step. all other websites. When we list things on the MLS, we do also syndicate out to Trulia and Zillow and Realtor.com and all those things. We want to make sure that, of course, we have Zillow and Realtor.com accounts. We don't have to pay for those, but we want to make sure that we have our profile set up, all those things set up. That way, when somebody does contact us, we're able to respond. So other sites, now the other sites is literally, that stuff gets syndicated out. We are with ListHub, and so ListHub syndicates that out to literally hundreds of sites. So all of our properties are being syndicated digitally correctly. And so that's something, of course, we want to be able to communicate with our sellers and let them know what we're doing. Of course, sign in the yard, basic, there's a few things that are just absolute, just basics. We all know them, but it's good to have them as part of this little checklist. Sign in the yard, open house signage, running open houses, all of those regular things are really important, of course, when we do get a listing. So this is a really, really good, it's a basic checklist. I'm going to make sure that you all have this. Again, just send me an email if you don't get it, kevin@altarealtygrp.com, and I'll make sure that you have this checklist. And then I also have a couple of other little things that I want to share with you too. We have a pre-listing packet, same thing. This comes from the paperless pipeline guys, but I want you guys to see this. This is a kind of a pre-listing packet. So this is what you would send as a follow-up once you have that initial consultation, and they're like, hey, we want to sign, we want to list this thing with you. Then we've got a nice little thing for you to send out, and it's just a good little template. So I'll send that out to you guys as well. And then this is a fun little thing as well. This is a property, field guide, if you will. So this is really just for the digital stuff. We already went through all these things, but this is a good thing for you to go through and understand what we're doing with this digital marketing and how we're doing it. So really, really cool thing. Again, this is also from the paperless pipeline guys. I'll share that with you. So these 3 documents are really, really going to help you out and keep you on track when you get those listings. Again, there's a few other side things that we can do when we get those listings that have to do with the agent marketing system. I think it's a great idea to go ahead and, create the writers, create the text message writers. So again, what the text message writers do is they say something to the effect of, text, hot home to this number in order to get the specs on this property. So as somebody drives by, all they got to do is text that number, and they're going to get, basically what will be pulled up is that single property website. And then what happens then? We have their information. We have captured their phone number. We can contact them. We can follow up with them. Doesn't mean that we're going to bombard them or overwhelm them, but we are in control. We have them as a contact. So, and again, the way that we do that is in our agent marketing system. All of us already have this. And you can even, have these kind of little sign writers built up. I think these sign writers are a little cheesy, but all we need is text this number to that, and we're going to get, this website right here. So, and again, it gets kind of cut off right here. So really good idea to just literally take that text code and create your own sign writers. The other thing that we can do is we can create custom texts. So this is, imagine nice homes. So text nice homes to 79564, and we're going to get sent to this website, right? That way, you can always use the same sign writer. So say we use this on 29150 Orangewood or 15 Orangewood Road, and we sold it. Well, then we can go in here and we can just edit where we're going to go to. So instead of nice homes sending you to this, we can change this, and we can say, okay, well, now we're going to get rid of this, and we're going to now go to our property websites And we're going to, this is a sold property, but say we want to change it to this one. So we just highlight the URL, we copy it, and we literally just change where that is going to go. So now we can use the same sign writer for different homes. And that makes it a little bit more cost effective. You don't have to buy a sign writer every time you get a listing. You can use the same one over and over. Or conceivably, you can use maybe a series of 3 or 4 sign writers. You know, a lot of you guys have 3, 4, 5 listings at a time. So conceivably, you could have 4 different text writers that you create, and you just interchange them. So really, really cool use of the text writer out in front of the property attached to your for sale sign. It's just a way to make you stand out from other realtors. I know other realtors are doing this, but so many realtors aren't doing it. And you look so much more professional when you are embracing the technology, and that's what we're all about. So if you haven't experimented with the text writers, please let me know, and I can help you if you don't understand it. So that is the conclusion of the roughly 30-step listing checklist. And so again, I don't see any specific questions in the chat, but I'm always here. If you have any other questions after the replay comes out or any other time, you can always contact me, 949-285-7209. And I'd love to work with you guys one-on-one, but please delve into this stuff. Again, send me an email. I will get those PDFs over to you guys, and I look forward to working with you guys on those. Really important stuff. Thanks so much for being on the webinar again this morning, Realtors. Get out there, make it a great day, and look forward to seeing you guys on the next webinar.